I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to meet you. Maybe kick off with a brief introduction to what people can expect from this new series and your role in creating it.
Well, I'm the production designer, so it's my job to make all that world come to life, working with a tremendous crew of very talented people, on thousands, literally, of people to make that all come true. And what I think people should be looking for is that we're getting the chance to take them to a place they've never seen before, in an age they've never seen before. And unlike what we've seen in the movies, which is when it's all about decay and it's the fall of civilizations, these we're representing are the height and the most glorious elements of the civilizations, and that's what I hope people get swept up into that.
And of course, you know, a lot of people have already seen Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. When you're creating something that's kind of a prequel, how much are you taking your cues from the material that's already out there, and how much are you starting from something afresh?
What we wanted to do was find, because it's not just the movies, there are thousands of illustrators that have worked on this over the years, and Tolkien drew things himself. So kind of starting with what Tolkien drew, and then looking at what all those other illustrators did, and then looking at the movies, and even the Ralph Bakshi movie, just trying to see what in all of those feels like what's the consistent thread that feels like Middle-earth? What's the wildness, the epicness, the colors, the shapes that makes it feel like Middle-earth? And then specifically knowing that we're going to have to get to what the movies show, but again, those movies show something that is faded, and it's a sense of loss. And so dialing back from those things that we've seen and trying to figure out what makes them look glorious and vibrant and fresh.
And, you know, I'm ashamed to say I haven't read the books myself, but one of the things people always point out is how cinematic his writing was. But what might be some of the challenges of trying to put a book onto the big screen?
Well, I think one of the things, he's both epic and very specific. There are times when you know exactly what Frodo had for lunch. And the idea to try to make sure that we had that sense of the big scale, the mountains, the rivers. In our case, we got to take people to the ocean, which we've never really seen before in Tolkien. And also then make sure that all the details within that were very tangible and specific, and the actors had real things that were very real to them and their characters that they could touch and interact with.
And was there a particular scene that was your favorite to create?
No, I liked them all. I think the chance to build a Numenorian ship and come up with what that would look like and how it would sail and what made it special, and then actually build a ship and then put it on a big engine that made it move around, and then throw water onto it and blow wind in the sails and have sailors up on the rigging and playing with it. It's pretty amazing.
And what ultimately do you hope people will take away from watching it? Because it feels like Tolkien's, you know, one of those writers who just has so many nuanced but also incredible messages in it, and it just feels like also people are really looking for something to get lost in right now with everything that's going on in the real world.
For sure, and I think that's one of the things about Tolkien that you can get lost in it, but it's always optimistic. There's always a sense that people have agency. You can make choices, and what your choices are made can make changes that affect the whole world, and that you can buy into that. And I believe that's what this series is going to do with a different set of characters, and let us see how they do that.
Fantastic. It was lovely to chat to you. Thanks so much. Enjoy the evening.